welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't done an actual full intro in a while, so I'm just gonna do a mini intro real quick. Sorry, just in case any new viewers are on and they haven't seen any of my old videos, just to give you guys a little glimpse to who I am. So my name's Yvette Williams. I have a 3-year-old who's going to be 4 this year, and I'm currently pregnant with baby number 2. I started my channel originally to kind of show my journey as to what I did to get pregnant. Since I did have the implant, I was worried that it was going to take longer because I had it for so long. So I wanted to show kind of how that goes for some people, because when I was trying to find information on YouTube about how it went for people after they took off their implant, off their arm, I didn't find much information. So I just thought I'd share my journey. I haven't been able to post very much, and I'm about to tell you guys why, because this video is actually going to be my first trimester update. I am currently in my 2nd trimester. I am so confused as to how many weeks I am because they've changed my due date so many times. This last appointment, they didn't make it clear, so I'm either 21 weeks and I'm about to go into 22 weeks, or I'm 20 weeks and I go into 21 weeks. So I'm somewhere around there. Okay. So, like I said, this is about my first trimester, and oh my god, guys, my first trimester was just not fun. It was not the same as my daughter's. People used to tell me that it was going to be super, super bad when I was pregnant with my daughter, that they make you the sickest and stuff like that, but I honestly would prefer to go back to that type of pregnancy, because this pregnancy was just really hard. It has been really hard. First trimester was horrible for me, and I get it. You know, everybody doesn't want to hear someone like saying something negative about their pregnancy, because there's so many people out there trying to get pregnant. So don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm not grateful and I'm not feeling blessed or anything like that, but it's just like, I want to be real with you guys. I don't want to make it seem like it was cookies and cream and peaches and pie, like it was a smooth ride, because it wasn't. It really wasn't. I'm doing a lot better now. Baby's doing fine, but first trimester I had lots, and I mean lots of morning sickness. So I was saying, I started with really bad nausea, which I thought, oh, maybe I'm just gonna have one of those pregnancies where I just have nausea the whole time, which still kind of sucks, but I would prefer that, I guess, kind of, over how sick I got. So I started out with that, and then I want to say at about 5 to 6 weeks, morning sickness really, and I mean really, kicked in hard. I just couldn't keep anything down. I couldn't even drink water, and I know the main things that you need to do is just stay hydrated and drink water. And my doctor was always just telling me, like, if you drink water, the nausea will go away, you won't get sick. No, honey, that was coming up. Like, I could not eat crackers, I couldn't eat anything, and I really didn't try many things at first, because my last pregnancy, certain things didn't work. So, like, saltines didn't work last time, but this time they were actually my hair is being all weird. They were actually part of my light, my light into the tunnel of being okay. Other than that, like I said, it was just horrible for the first 3 months. After that, it was just getting sick and getting sick. I really thought I was gonna have that hyperemesis, I think it's what it's called. And a lot of my friends and family thought I was gonna have that, because they were just like, you're still really sick, like that's crazy, you should be getting better by now. And I wasn't. I was only getting sicker and sicker. I actually got to a point where they gave me my that one medication, Sofran. They gave me Sofran, and my dumb butt completely forgot that it said on the label, caution, causes constipation. I was just like so happy to have something to give me some relief and not be sick and not feel like crap, because it all started happening around Halloween time and closer to Thanksgiving time. So pretty much like during the time of holiday time, and you want to decorate, you want to do activities with your kid. My daughter's only 3, so she's expecting, you know, mommy to like take her here and take her there, or not just like taking her places like outside for Halloween, but like do activities with her. I had planned to make Halloween cake balls, or whatever they're called. With her, I couldn't even do that because I could not stand being in the kitchen. Anything, any smell, didn't matter what it was, whether it was kitchen, it was my daughter, it was my husband, myself, anything would make me sick. And it sucked because I felt like I was a useless human being for like those first, like 3-4 months. It didn't stop till like I was about 20 weeks. So it was pretty horrible. My house was a complete disaster, which I get it when you're pregnant, you kind of let that go a little bit, but my house was like almost getting close to hoarders. Like, it was just bad. My husband couldn't help out because he was working a lot. They needed a lot of backup with certain sites since he's a security guard. So it was just really hard for us to like help each other out. Like, I felt bad nagging at him for not being able to help me, and then I felt bad because I wasn't like actually doing anything in the house. But he understood, which is the good thing. He's always understood, like, if I don't feel good, I just don't feel good. So, and he saw how sick I was getting. Like, it was just bad. So anyway, back to the Sofran. Before I get sidetracked. So I was taking the Sofran and I was just popping those in like freaking candy. After the 8 hours, I'd pop the next one in. 8 hours, I'd pop the next one in. I was just so happy to have some relief, and I did get relief from it. I still have some like queasiness here and there, but it was just complete like relief from how I was feeling. So I kept taking it for a few days, and then I started noticing I wasn't going to the bathroom. And that started backing me up, and that caused for me to get even sicker. So I couldn't even take the tiniest bite of anything because I would just get super sick. Like, I couldn't keep anything down because there was no space. So my stomach started getting bigger and bigger, and everybody's like, wow, you're showing pretty soon or pretty quickly. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, you're right. I think this isn't like the baby. This is probably me just having a blockage due to constipation thanks to this medicine. So when we figured that out, which first it was kind of traumatic, I had like the worst pains. I couldn't bend over, I couldn't move, I couldn't stand up, I couldn't do anything. And I was like, okay, this isn't even like labor, like this hurts like in a different level. So eventually we called the emergency line that they gave us to call an on-call doctor. The first doctor freaked me out. She was like, oh, well, it sounds like you could be having an ectopic pregnancy. And I was just like, what? And she was like, yeah, your pregnancy's too small for any other issue, so, or too early. She used the baby's too small, and my pregnancy's too early. So she said it was an ectopic pregnancy. Granted, she had not even seen my file before she gave me this information. So she just freaked me out, made me feel even worse. I'm like, great, like, I'm going to lose this baby. I'm probably going to need surgery to do whatever because I've had a family member that went through that, and it's just not fun. It's not fun. It sucks, So she freaked me out. She just told me to relax, and if the pain didn't go away, to go to the emergency room, which was the last thing I wanted to do. I did not need an emergency room bill on top of everything else. So I waited it out, and I want to say at midnight, it started to just get worse. I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. No matter which way I tried, whether my husband helped me or whatever, I couldn't. So he was just like, no, we can't be doing this. Like, we need to call. He's like, I feel bad because I can't help you. We don't know what's wrong with you. So we called, and I'm so glad I got a different person to answer and like give me information, because she actually looked at my chart, and she was like, well, you're 9 weeks pregnant from what it looks like. So it's definitely not the pregnancy. And I told her what the previous person told me. She was like, yeah, no, it's not an ectopic pregnancy. Your baby shows up on your ultrasound where he's supposed to be, or she's supposed to be, because at the time we didn't know, but it's a boy. So she was like, you're okay on that part. But what it sounds like, it's a GI problem. So she was like, well, what are you taking? And I was like, they gave me Sofran. So then she told me, you know what, Sofran's usually like the last resort. What we normally like to say is for you to go get vitamin B6 and some, oh my god, it's like a certain sleeping pill. I can't think of the name. But And she was like, get this sleeping pill, get vitamin B6, take them together because they help out each other, and that will help your nausea. Once you get that down, also take some stool softener to get everything moving. So I was taking my vitamin B6. I was taking that. I took the, it was Ambien. I took the Ambien, excuse me, I just burped. I think twice or once. I think once or twice. And I completely stopped taking it. I just started taking the vitamin B6 by itself because it made me feel like crap. Like, you know how you have to get up and pee when it's your first trimester. So having to feel like that, like zombie feeling even worse than normal, it didn't make me feel okay. It made me feel so out of it. I hated having to get up in the middle of the night after I took that pill because I just felt like, I don't know, I can't describe the feeling, but it just felt really weird to have to wake up when that is a sleeping pill to help you sleep through the night. So I stopped taking it after that because I wasn't feeling too happy about it. But I've continued taking the vitamin B6. I completely stopped taking the Zofran. I left it alone. And I still continued getting sick after that, but slowly and for sure, like, the vitamin B6 helped, and it's gone away. Now all I have is like nausea and semi-gagging every now and then. I've always been really sensitive to like gagging though, so I feel like it just intensifies while I'm pregnant. So that's all I have right now. It's just like certain smells will just make me want to, but I won't get there. So after that was like probably like the end of all of that. Like I said, after that it was just more of having to deal with the regular morning sickness and just living with it and just dealing with it and coming to the conclusion that I'm just gonna have to deal with it this pregnancy, and nothing's really gonna alleviate it no matter what I do. But I did start feeling bad because I wasn't taking any water. Like, I was not able to drink any water. Literally, my life was, here, I'm gonna show you guys. This was my life. Every morning, I'd wake up. I'm actually still semi-drinking it every now and then. But every morning I would wake up, have a little bit of ginger ale, and that would calm my stomach. Then, after that, since I still couldn't really keep anything down, every now and then I would either have cereal, which I would have the Trix. Then I would have, I think sometimes I would have waffles, and if possible I would have eggs, so I know at least something good would go into my body. So I would have eggs, and I am Latina, so I would have eggs with a tortilla and Mexican cheese. So I was like, okay, at least some kind of good nutrients are going into my body besides, you know, junky stuff like crackers and ginger ale and cereal and waffles. I would try to eat some fruit, so I did have some strawberries every now and then, but because it is winter and we don't get fresh fruit as much right now, that wasn't so possible. So that was up to that. Other than that, I want to say my first trimester was okay. You know, I didn't, honestly, the only horrible part was just my nausea, my morning sickness. I would say that besides that, it would be joint problems. I've noticed with this pregnancy, I've gotten a lot of joint problems. But nothing, I wouldn't say they're major joint problems, but it's just, it's noticeable. It makes me feel old. Also, my hips when I'm sleeping, I don't know if it's because we have a memory foam mattress this time around. When I'm sleeping, my hips, I literally felt like, or still feel like, a rotisserie chicken, because after a little bit I have to toss over to the next side and then toss over to the next side and just go back and forth all night, because eventually my right side would start hurting, so I would have to flop to my left, and then my left side would stop hurting, so I'd have to flop to the right. So that's another thing I've been dealing with. It hasn't really helped me get much sleep, but slowly and surely I've been getting more sleep than I did in my first trimester, because that's when everything was just, I had to sleep pretty much sitting up, and it was very uncomfortable. I kept getting a lot of arm cramps. My arms would be sore because I'm trying to keep myself up. Anything, my husband thought I was just being exaggerative and didn't want to have him like cuddle me or anything like that, but I've noticed with this pregnancy, anything that like really like puts pressure on this part of my neck and the back makes me want to throw up. any pressure on my back makes me gag. Like certain things. And I've always been really sensitive with my stomach. With certain things, it just makes me feel sick. So he was just like, I can't even touch you. I can't even hug you. And I would feel bad. But I'm like, I have literally no control over this. Like, my body is just feeling crappy and it's changing. And the hormones are just like all over the place. And sadly, like certain spots that are touched, like even if I put my own arm like back here to hold my head up, like I have to remove it after a little bit because I'll want to like throw up. So I would feel bad. It's not as bad like before. Any little pressure would just like, I'd have to run to the bathroom. But besides that, I kind of want to show you guys a little of the stuff that's kind of helped me through my first trimester. I know like it would probably be better to do 2 separate videos, but with how my whole technical difficulties are going, I'd rather just put it all together and do one whole video. So I apologize if this video is just a tad bit long. So one of the first few things that we got, because we could not find Preggy Pops at first, were these. I got the C-bands. That's what they are. They have that little pressure point in the back. So I was wearing these, and it definitely did calm down my nausea. Of course, it didn't take it all away, so I would still get sick every now and then. But it definitely did help. And I do suggest these, like if you don't want to take any medicine or you're bad at taking like pills and stuff like that, like vitamin B6, I suggest getting these. These are awesome. They have instructions as to how to put them on so that they get the right pressure point. So these were amazing, and I love the fact that they're reusable. My husband thought that like they were one and done, like you use them that little bit and they're gone forever. But I told him no, like they're even washable and everything. So these were awesome. I still put them on every now and then, but I'm not getting my nausea as bad as I used to, so not as needed as before. And like I said, saltines, my first pregnancy, these did not help at all. And I didn't think they were going to help this time, but they actually did. I decided to listen to people and just myself and say, screw it, let's just get some. So for a while, I would have just the packet opened on my nightstand, and every time I would wake up, I would sit up and automatically just start popping these. The only problem that I have is certain brands, they dry my mouth out really bad. So then I would gag and get sick because my mouth was so dry. And then I would drink water, and then I'd automatically have to run to the bathroom. So eventually these did help. This current brand I think is like the Walmart brand right now, and I actually prefer these over the other ones because they're not they don't soak up all my saliva, I guess you could say. Sorry, sounds a little gross. Then eventually we did find Preggy Pops. I forget where. I think like Target, because Walmart for some reason did not know what they were here in Pennsylvania, which was really weird. My first pregnancy, we lived in California, so everybody kind of knew everything. Like, you know, you would ask for this and, oh yeah, just go that way. Or you could just easily go to Babies R Us, because back then Babies R Us was open. So they did not know what these were. But I got these, and I actually, instead of getting the regular Preggy Pops, I asked him to get me, these have the vitamin B6 added to them. So I asked him to get me these. They did help at first, but I will admit, after a little bit, like, when my stomach was just like, no girl, there's no point of any return, like, you're gonna get sick. It didn't matter how many Preggy Pops I popped into my mouth, like, I was just gonna get sick. But they did help as much as they could. Another thing that did help is I learned mint. Mint really helped me keep down my stomach, I guess you could say, or like keep my stomach calm. So I went ahead and got some Trident. I got that big long pack. I think they had a 2 for like $5 or 2 for $4. So I got 2 of those, and as you guys can see, I'm like, I've gone through it, not as much anymore because I don't need it as much. I did get sugar-free because my husband's concerned that I might get put under gestational diabetes again, which I'll explain that in a completely different video. I really gotta do my my birth story with my daughter. I've been trying to, but with morning sickness and everything going on, I just haven't had time. This I got it closer to my second trimester because I didn't really fully need it in my first trimester. So, but because I have had a baby before, my body started expanding a little quicker, and I needed to get something because with my daughter, I'm hoping because my daughter kind of stretched me out a lot. Like, I still had a lot of loose skin after my daughter and right before I got pregnant. So I'm hoping that kind of helps, and he's not as big as his sister. So I got this one. I actually was advised to get this one from Tristina Rose. I follow her channel here on YouTube, and I had seen one of her updates, and I was like, oh my god, girl, like, your stomach looks great. What do you use? And she told me she used Burt's Bees Mama Bee. And this is the belly butter with shea butter and vitamin E. So because I am trying to stay, with clean products, good, good healthy products, cruelty free and all that kind of stuff, this actually is awesome. So I've been using this, but I've been using this in combination with this. Now, I don't know if she uses this as well. I don't even know if you just can see it because of the glare. There we go. I don't know if she uses this in combination with the lotion, but I got the duo. I was going to say trio. I got the little duo because last time I only used moisturizer, and I still ended up getting a bunch, and I mean a bunch of stretch marks. But again, my daughter was a big baby for me. I was very pointy. I was all baby. So that's another reason why. But what I'll do is specifically after I shower, I like to put this on. If it's just on a regular night, I'll just put this one on. But after I shower, I'll put this little bad boy on, and I love it because it kind of smells kind of citrusy, so it smells almost like a lemon. Even my husband will tell me, like, wouldn't you have like a lemon? And I'm like, I just poured some of this onto my belly. So it's also cruelty-free, 100% natural. So that's another reason why I like Burt's Bees. So I use this, and then I'll let this kind of sink in for a little bit. So I'll give this some time, maybe do something else, take care of my face routine, and then I'll add this. And then after a little bit, I'll put on my clothes. So that way, it gives the skin some time to absorb it. And then, of course, like I said, I've been taking vitamin B6. These are the ones I've been taking. I've been taking Nature Made. And nothing special. They're just vitamin B6. I take the 100 mg because that's the ones that I got the first time, so I just continue taking the same. I take one a day, even though I think I could take more. But I'm horrible at taking pills. I hate taking pills, so I've hated taking these. They're also Nature Made. They're the prenatal ones with the DHA. So, been taking these, which suck because they're huge. I really wanted to try the gummies, but none of the gummies that I've seen so far have any iron. I think the only one that I found so far is the Pre-Mama, and they were out of stock when I found them. So I got another bottle of Nature Made because these are almost gone. So I'm just kind of like, well, if I need more, I guess I'll get the gummies. But that's really all that's kind of been a helpful item for me as of like midway through my first trimester. Another thing that's helped is just staying really warm. I've been really cold this pregnancy. I don't know if it's because also it happened closer to winter, and with my daughter, I was in California, so it doesn't get as cold as it does in Pennsylvania. Another thing that's been a little helpful is just like a little bit of soda. This is cherry Coke, which I know my husband's gonna see this and he's gonna be like, "You're not supposed to drink that." But just a little bit of soda, either every other day or something, kind of helps me as well. I don't know why. I guess because I'm having a boy, like I'm craving more caffeine. So yeah, and oh, my cravings. Almost forgot those. Cravings for this. During my first trimester, I craved a lot of salty food, and I mean a lot. I wanted chips, I wanted burgers, I wanted fries. What else did I have? I think those were like the main things. I was repulsed by pizza, and I'm a pizza lover, but I would watch an ad and I would like, nope, can't watch it. So that went out the window. But yeah, a lot of salty foods during my first trimester. And then now I'm craving more of like slushy, cold stuff. But that'll be more for my second trimester update. Other than that, like I said, guys, that's really it. I hope something out of here kind of helps you. And in case you don't know, like, about certain items for like morning sickness and stuff, especially if this is your first pregnancy and you're watching this, bro, like, I hope something helps, because I know how horrible it can be when you're super, super sick. I didn't understand before with my first pregnancy. I was just like, oh wow, like, this is nothing. Like, what do people mean by like you get super sick? Yeah, now I know it's bad, and I'm with you if you're going through a horrible, horrible time with morning sickness. Like, it's just bad. So, like I said, that helped. Oh, also what helped is like essential oils. So they weren't really specifically for me, but I got my daughter I think it was like a lavender sleeping oil slash for like a cold, but I couldn't breathe at the time at night, so I would put it like right here, some on my temple and on my back, the back of my neck, and that would help me fall asleep. And then also what I would add is Vicks. So I would add Vicks like around here to open up like my nostrils a bit, and that actually would also help me sleep and kind of take away some of the nausea. Now that's another tip that I learned through a friend. We play paintball, if some of you guys haven't seen any of the videos from the past, but we play paintball. I don't play paintball right now because I'm pregnant. But we had an event, I think a month into the pregnancy, and when you go to these events, they usually don't have a regular place to go to the bathroom. It's always usually a porta potty. So I was terrified to go into the porta potty because my nausea was still pretty bad. I still was pretty backed up as well from the whole situation with the sickness medicine. I'm just gonna call it that because I completely forgot the name all of a sudden. Sulfran. So I told someone, I was like, we have an event coming up. My husband was generaling one of the sides. I was like, and obviously I have to be there for support. Like, it was his first game that he was generaling, so I wanted to be there for moral support even if I couldn't play. And I was like, but now I'm scared because I just realized if I have to go to the bathroom, which I'm sure I will, I have to use a porta potty. And she was like, oh my god, yes, that is so true. Because she's also in the paintball community and she's a mom, so she knows what it's like. And she was like, you know what? Take Vicks. Grab Vicks right before you get into the bathroom. Rub it all around your nostril if you want to put like a little bit here. She's like, and that should help you from breathing in anything. I was like, wow, okay, I didn't think of that. So I went ahead, did that, put some Vicks everywhere. I pretty much rubbed it all over my freaking face, which was a horrible idea because it was really cold. It was freezing while we were there, but I took it off the moment I was out of the bathroom. But I gotta say, that field keeps their porta potties really clean because it did not stink. It wasn't gross. Like, I walked in and I was like, it smells clean. Like, I actually could smell like what they used, and you could smell the cleaner, and it actually smelled clean. So I was like, oh wow, I didn't even need my Vicks. So I kind of rubbed it off a little because my nose was actually dripping, so a lot of it came off. And I was like, huh, okay, this wasn't so bad. And thankfully, that's been the only porta potty I've had to go into. But I will be attending a couple events just to hang out and see, paintball fam and stuff. And hopefully I'll remember to take the Vicks because I'm pretty sure I won't be having morning sickness like I am right now. Or like I did at that time. But I'm pretty sure I'll still be dealing with a lot of the nausea, so I don't want to end up having to get sick because I didn't think ahead. But anyway, that is seriously all of it. Like, those are all the things that helped me, especially that Vicks when washing dishes, going to the bathroom that is stinky or you thought was going to be stinky. It helped because I couldn't do anything without smelling and getting sick. So I really do hope that this helps anyone, and I'm so sorry it took so long to do this update. I've been up and down with with this whole pregnancy. I've been feeling good for a little bit, then I overdo it. I've had spotting. It's been crazy. I didn't experience any of this with my daughter, and it's completely different. And now I can understand why people say like each pregnancy is different, because yes, I didn't think it was gonna go from like to whoa, like this is way different. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, you might have a little bit more morning sickness than you did. No, it was extremely more morning sickness. But I'm excited. Like I said, we're having a boy. We found that out on the 26th and confirmed it on the 14th when I had my anatomy scan. So it's exciting because we really wanted a boy, and that's exactly what we're having. So we have our little pair, and I'm really happy. See you guys next time. I really, really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it's a little all over the place. My cat's trying to mess with everything. I'll try to catch up on doing some videos. I probably will have a grocery haul up soon because I do like doing those. I just haven't had any energy to record anything, but up until recently, the last 2 videos and then this one. So I hope you guys really enjoyed. Thank you so much for sticking around if you're still watching these videos. And for any new subscribers, thank you and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys like what you see. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button, and if you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified when I put up a new video, hit that notification bell. But also, guys, I would love to chit chat with some of you, so don't be afraid to message me unless it's a rude comment. You can keep that to yourself. But I would love to get to know some of you guys a little more. I know I have subscribers, but I don't really know who they are because you can never see who they really are. So, till next time, guys. Hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope you're having a better, warmer temperature where you're at, because East Coast is killing me right now. I want to go back home. I want to go back to California weather. It's cold here. I thought I liked the cold weather, but I was tripping. Warm weather's better. Well, not warm. Fall weather's better. Put it that way. Anyway, bye.